players, Z-Freak, Roger, they play very, very aggressive on their jungle heroes. So you're saying jungle, but it's not actually jungle. We have one out.
There goes jungler number 1.
Do they ban the Veno again?
Ooh.
Or do they ban the Enchantress? They've been banning the Veno every time.
Well, Na'Vi has first pick. Would they first pick Enchantress?
I think they should.
Yep, the Veno is banned.
Veno.
There it is. All right, all right. Hope Complexity has an answer for that one.
What do they get here? Doom and
it's time
Doom Mirana, right?
It's time to place my bets on Na'Vi. They have the jungler.
Okay, you're in already? Okay, okay, Twitter.
All right.
He's in already on Na'Vi.
Okay, so the counter picks that are available. Doom.
Yeah. We've seen the Doom. We've seen
CM Mirana. Mirana is pretty good.
Those are the two that I was thinking, but they still stick with their Shaker. And what's the secondary one? The Puck. Hard to gank hero as the Enchantress, right? That's kind of what they wanted to go for here. And
okay, so they go for the Clockwork.
Targeting the Shaker.
Yeah, against the Shaker.
This is a Dagon Puck against Enchantress.
Puck overall is just good versus Enchantress anyway.
Magic
you have
burst.
Magic Burst, yeah. And you're
so you don't need a Dagon.
Eventually, maybe.
Okay.
Sure, but you know you're gonna see the Veil picked up as well because he has a Shaker. So
luxury item. You go one step at a time. You go for your Veil. You go for your use if you need one. Dagger. Then you get a Dagon.
Yeah, and I love the way when Complexity picks the Puck too because we don't know where it is. Well, I've seen them run it safe lane. So
do they do it on all 3 players?
All 3. Or they switch the role. I think
they switch the lane, but not the player.
Not the player, yeah, just the lane.
But Mu doesn't play the hero.
No, but it is Limp's one of his signature heroes. If you're thinking about Limp, it is going to be Tiny first, Puck second.
He is like in my impression, the spell casting mid. He plays all these spell casting heroes very well. Puck Tiny.
He's gotten like very good at his laning though overall from what I've seen. Like he's hit that 9K. I rarely see him like if it's actually a 1v1 matchup, I rarely see him not be like ahead or even with the player.
Okay, they ban out the Weaver, so are we gonna see? Hey, Bat Rider is still in the pool. Bat Rider could be really good here.
They banned Weaver. Has it been all the games, all 3, or was it just 2 of them that we saw?
We had a Weaver let through a previous game.
So when they have Enchantress, they banned.
But the game before that, they banned it. Yeah, then they had Enchantress.
They think it's good versus the Ench.
Maybe
because it's hard to
double attack. The double attack.
The double attack and it's hard to move on. But the double attack is quite slow.
Is there a chance where they run Ench and Clock as both their supports and they pick a Bat? Is it possible just to run over the lanes? Because like most of the heroes that are really good against Bat Rider in the laning phase, the carries are out. Weaver and Lifesteal are by far I think the 2 best heroes against the Stiff Juggernaut against the Bat, so that he doesn't have kill potential on you and you have kill potential on him.
I think coL might take the Bat, right?
Maybe.
Because of those 2 bans, the Ember Lifestealer bans.
Yeah, Bat Rider seems really good now, except only one hero I think can actually screw him over. I think Nyx is still there. And I mean, obviously NS, but I think teams are going to stay away from NS here.
Why? It's been first pick in so many games. Why
yeah,
it
seems like it doesn't work with like Na'Vi picks it, but it's not so good against coL because coL sticks together too much as a team.
Okay, so pick up potential.
You want wave clear and team fight hero.
Yeah, wave fight and team player.
Alright.
Wave fight and team clear. That's good. That's good stuff right there. It's been a long day.
It has been a long day.
Wave clear and team fight. There we go. English, hard language.
Tell me about it.
Yep.
Right, so Complexity, I mean, you're thinking about a Bat would fit them well, but at the same time, if they pick a Bat now, then you're going to be revealing more about what that Puck is doing.
The thing is, like, if they pick Bat Rider, they have Bat, Puck, Earthshaker. It means that they're building into a composition where they have to pick a very big hero, like a big carry, like AM, Morphling kind of hero, which I think you mentioned earlier, Fog, that they don't really play that kind of Dota, right?
That's not their style usually, no. But it is a very good Bat already versus Enchantress and Clockwork. You know, magic damage versus the Ench, you can fly out of the cogs, of course.
What needs to happen for Complexity to have a good Visage game? Because that hero is still in the pool, is one of their most played heroes as well, and very successful.
And she's really good against Visage though early. Like Visage is gonna get wrecked in the lane.
No, they're going for different type of dragon. So I know Visage is not a dragon.
So that's their support. Okay, so that's their support hero.
That's a Wyvern too. No?
It is a Wyvern.
They don't run offlane Wyvern, right?
They did.
They do run offlane Wyvern.
And they did earlier today.
Okay.
Mu has played it. Did they run? No, Z-Freak played the Wyvern this.
Yeah, Z-Freak played the Wyvern.
Z-Freak played it the last time. They have played. They have played it in other official games.
Yeah, another game.
Yes.
In their qualifier games, I have seen Mu play it, and he really likes playing the hero because Ice was playing it a bit in the offlane too.
It's all his fault, man.
Yeah,
he started it.
So Oracle pickup. So it's going to be the clockwork on general.
So clockwork, clockwork off lane, Oracle plus Ench dual support, pretty strong early.
But coL insta snags the CK. That's really good versus the clockwork in lane because you can pull him out of the cogs.
Would you consider it good against Enchantress? I mean, you have the untouchable, but one hit would actually kill her.
Eventually, the Enchantress.
Enchantress is good.
All about early game.
Enchantress is gonna be weak later, but early I think he's still gonna be okay against the CK.
Oracle Huskar, the Sineko special.
Oi, 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 oi.
Oh, and look, Kyle's like, I don't care about this at all. Look at this. Look at that grin he's got on right now.
Why is he so happy about that? Does he have something good for it?
I mean,
is he ready for it?
CK.
They've got
He's
CK.
really good against Huskar.
Yeah. And they've got Wyvern too, so they can.
They can save people that get jumped.
Yeah. And they're puck to silence the Oracle.
They've got ways to get into the back lines already.
That is actually very peculiar. Choosing, I don't know, maybe it's quite hard to make it work though. This game against what coL has.
Yeah, I definitely have to.
Unless they can come up with some last pick that's like super good.
Wyvern's also pretty good versus Huskar too. Like in the with the Q with the Arctic Burn, it's pretty obnoxious to play versus that.
Percentage damage?
Yeah, percent damage.
Don't worry, Oracle can remove it.
Yeah, can remove it.
Fortune's End.
If
Good
he
spell.
wants to.
So Na'Vi does not have the last pick this time, so they have to pick Danny's hero before seeing the last hero from coL.
It's not a good Lina game either.
Yeah.
The Lina's like one of the safest picks, and it's one of the most reliable ones for him.
They need like a hero that can deal with illusions though, like Tinker, like this kind of hero, like maybe a Zeus pick, like something that can kill the illusions. Right now, these 4 heroes, they do not kill illusions. They literally do nothing to him.
I feel like they need something that's early game though, like because I feel like if they just go late game versus a CK, like that's gonna be.
I mean, if you have a Tinker or Zeus or something that can deal with illusions.
Maybe the Tinker, but their team fights.
They don't
bad.
have team fight.
Their team fight's like pretty bad right now.
Which is very unlike Na'Vi. They like the team fight.
Their wave clear is also.
But they have very strong early game. They're very strong.
Yeah.
Their lanes are really good.
Yeah, the lanes are strong. But the thing that we were talking about was, wave clear and team fight, and they don't have either at all. So that's
Lina makes up for that maybe a bit.
Stick with the
still
Lina.
go with the Lina. Okay.
Lina's decent against the illusions. Not like great, but it's okay.
It's damage. At least it's nuke damage through the Wyvern Cold Embrace as well.
One thing good you see from Na'Vi here is like they're sticking to their guns.
Yeah.
They're not phased even after losing like 1 game against coL. They're still going to do what they think is good for the team.
What's coL's last hero? They've decided.
Yeah.
So they basically can still switch with Wyvern position 5 or off lane, right?
Yep. We still don't know exactly what their roles are on coL. But their hero pick is definitely decided.
I just want to use that last time to talk through the plan. Make sure everybody's on the same page. But what is that last pick going to be? There it is. Nature's Prophet.
It is the Nature's Prophet again.
You don't sound convinced, Winter.
It's okay. It's a good hero.
You still don't sound convinced, Winter.
But I don't know about the Huskar this game. That's my bigger concern here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not really crazy about it. The CK pick I think is gonna do work.
I mean, it's like a Na'Vi kind of draft. They draft really risky. They don't go for like conventional like stable solid drafts. They draft like that, very aggressive and very risky. So, but I don't really like it this time. I think I'm on the NA train.
All right. I mean, I'm not even gonna ask.
NA, not anybody. I think that Lina can suffer a lot in this game too because the Nature's Prophet TP's ganking mid early, and I think it's a hard Huskar game personally.
All right, let's find out how Na'Vi is going to use that Huskar to their benefit. It is over to Capitalist and Blitz for the last game of the day.
That's right. It's the North American qualifier versus the CIS qualifying team. These two looking to be able to take that top spot in their group and move on to the Sunday, where they don't have to play any matches tomorrow in the day of death. But it seems like our panel is kind of feeling like Na'Vi kind of shot themselves in the foot right now with their draft. No fans of the Huskar there.
Huskar will die.
A lot.
They will kill Huskar, but never count on Huskar at the same time. He exists in like these 2 zones at once. He's like
simultaneously a terrible hero that wins games.
Yeah, exactly. He's just like, he can win. Sometimes you can just get run over in the lanes, Huskar, Roshan, game over, go next. But in this case, there's no next.
All right.
Are you not
very
believing?
execution based for
Yes.
Na'Vi.
What do you think?
I hate the Huskar.
You hate Huskar? I love Huskar personally.
I mean, I just don't think that it fit. Like, they got Chaos Knighted. They already had Wyvern. I think Earthshaker's not bad versus Huskar as well, because he gets the Enchant Totem hit, right? Heavy amount of physical damage there.
Yeah.
So I just don't... It feels like to me, Navi was like, we're set on this. This is what we're doing, and it didn't really matter what the draft was.
I thought I was going to say something like really genius, and I realized it was just like the stupidest thing ever.
There?
I was going to say, like, with Huskar drafts, you either win or you lose. But it's like... All right,
well
let me extrapolate.
Yes.
With Huskar drafts, it's either you win the early game and the mid game, because this hero does not go well late game.
Yeah.
Like, he gets kited very easily, he falls off, he builds very mid-game heavy, all of his items are very mid-game heavy, and if you can't end the game by a certain time, especially in a game like this, you're going to have a tough time.
All right, so I'll extrapolate on your brilliance.
Because everyone gets
So you're going to win until you lose, and if you end up losing, you lose.
Yeah.
All right, great stuff.
It doesn't make sense when I say it out loud, but in my brain it like made perfect sense, and I was like, this is going to stun people.
It is a momentum-based hero.
Yes, by far.
Cannot afford to lose the early game, and he's got to dominate the mid game and end this game fast.
Yeah, you got to kill a lot of fools and then become the Terminator.
And Complexity do have one of those heroes that scales pretty well. I have been routinely impressed by Chaos Knights and how well they handle late game. That hero seems like a beast now.
He is. He hits hard, he hits fast. He's very tanky. He's a very free way to go high ground as well. Not easy to kill at all. He comes with a stun. He's one of the few carries that are actually useful with the stun.
Yeah.
Think about the other carries that have a stun, like Wraith King. Wraith King sucks.
Yeah. His biggest downside is just he's based around his ultimate, right?
Yeah.
Pretty long cooldown. And is that something that Navi are limited in any way?
I don't think so. I think that with Lina or coL, at least in the early game, they're going to be somewhat okay. It's when it gets really late that things get really scary.
Yeah.
Like if they push this game to a decent pace. And interestingly enough, that we should talk about this, this is a Mu Winter Wyvern and a Z Freak Nature's Prophet, because we did not talk about that, and that is
I mean, that's natural, right?
That.
That's what happens every Dota game. I figured it wasn't a big deal, so I didn't bring it up.
Oh, really?
Oh, you thought it is a big deal? I saw this coming a mile away.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Even though they played Wyvern earlier as a support.
I mean, that was just a mind trick. You know?
Okay, okay. They're setting it up. They're playing 8D chess.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, listen, series is 3 games, Will.
Yes.
You can't really get too locked in on one game.
A series, technically, in a tournament is like, it's like 20 games combined. So you got to be thinking about the next level on top of the next level.
I'm not going to spoil it for you, Will, but I can already see their grand final plan.
Damn, that's crazy.
Anyway, so what is the deal with this?
Okay, I think it's because the Wyvern has a very good time against this lineup. Especially if you give this core Wyvern some farm, the percentage-based damage is going to be very good against the Huskar. He's going to be able to survive against General up at top.
Look at General.
Like, General can never really lock him down.
Yeah, he thought he could challenge.
He flies away.
He takes too much damage.
Yeah, and on top of that, he's going to get the early levels needed for his ultimate. That's going to counter this Oracle Huskar combo pretty decently. And I think all in all, it's a very good game for Winter Wyvern core.
So did you watch the Ice 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 Winter Wyvern when he played it off lane?
Yeah.
Did you watch my video on it too?
No.
No.
I don't care about you that much.
I did not think the Winter Wyvern offlane was spectacular.
You didn't?
No, I didn't. But if they're putting in this 1v1, I think that really helps things quite a lot, because I think it's so important for this Winter Wyvern to have a strong laning phase.
Yes, and he's going to have a pretty good laning phase. Although at top,
long as he doesn't die here.
Oh, he might be dead. They both have boots.
Puff, puff, puff. He's going to be able to fly into the trees, cogs burn, and he's good.
Okay, he's got 50 HP, 1 mana.
General is slow and he's stuck inside his cogs. There's no way he dies, right? So he's just going to get some damage on General. And,
General's done a good job in this lane.
Yeah,
he got early boots and just ran at him. And I really like Mu lately in these one-on-one matchups, especially that Beastmaster. He played that so well, but General is getting the better of him. Keep in mind, this is not pause for anything else.
And what about this Furion support? Because you should have some special insight into this one, Will.
The Furion support?
Yeah, you guys ran the Furion support, or support Tidehunter, sorry.
Support
and
Tide.
Cord Furion, sorry.
The other way around, but I'd imagine it's okay. You're pretty annoying around the lanes. You have Treants to harass, but it is a little bit odd. It means that you have one less form of control, and normally your 5 position or your 4 position
so you really have to make up for that.
Doesn't really need a lot of farm to do a lot.
Yeah. So you kind of have to make up for it in the laning phase and being able to abuse teleport.
Yes. And he's getting a lot of levels up at top right now as a trade-off of Mu dying early, and his TP rotations are going to be nasty. Puck plus Nature's Prophet is a lot stronger of a combination than the Razor plus Nature's Prophet was, especially against his Lina. They can burst him down pretty quickly. Dendi doesn't have Tangos either. Of course, he can Light Strike his way out of there, but rapidly running out of mana as Limp doing very well in this lane so far. Dendi has had a stellar day, but thus far losing to the puck.
What do you think of Dendi as a mid laner?
Dendi?
A former mid laner yourself.
He farms very well. Like, especially in the mid game. Hold that thought as bottom.
Yeah,
Chessie gonna get gone on, but perfect Fissure.
Stops the Centaur stun from coming out. Allows Chessie to be able to escape that one. Seneko drops so low as Z-Freak came in from behind, got a lot of damage in. Now they're going to be able to go for Roger. 1 second stun. Z-Freak doesn't actually block out the little path there, but the Treants will be there. Easy kill. First blood, actually. Didn't even realize we hadn't had a kill yet.
Okay, so extrapolating on Dendi, I think in the past they did this thing where they helped him every single game, but they're giving him more and more one-on-one matchups that I think benefits his type of style. He's playing more of this split push, farm around the map. He's being more of a threat than he's ever been. Especially with this lineup, I think it was important for Dendi to have this kind of team that could play around that fact. He can just throw a lot of different styles at you. He's got these comfort heroes that he's very good with. And on top of that, his team is just gelling. I think Crystallize was kind of the missing piece in the equation. Same with Roger. Like, these two additions especially has helped their team chemistry out a lot, I think. Their willingness to just fight. And Havost can't underplay his role in Na'Vi as well. I think all of these things combined are what's allowing Dendi to shine lately.
For the first time in a long time, I feel like I'm watching the old Dendi.
Yes.
You know, he's playing more aggressive heroes. He's playing a little bit more like, you know, those kind of snowballing mids.
Yeah.
I mean, Ancient Apparition mid is just sort of a gimme, right? Yeah. That's a throwback, obviously, but...
You need a good team around you to look good.
Yeah.
Some people stand out because that's the style of the game, but game resumes as Limp firing an orb. Dendi does have raindrops and it does not connect though.
How's this aggro tri-lane fare? And looking at the CS, oh god, that hurts. 5-0 for our Huskar.
Yeah, this is exactly what you need to do against the Huskar. You need to limit the amount of farm that he can have. Ruin his game.
Top lane, or Winter Wyvern's dropping more and more and more. I can see his HP bar.
So does our guy as General. Just kind of playing around, seeing if this Wyvern will bite. And this aggro tri-lane of Nature's Prophet, Earthshaker, and Chaos Knight has been wildly successful. And Roger made that rotation early, wasn't successful, and top 2 net worth in the game.
Both wards going down. Kyle's going to be gone on here by the Hellbear Smasher. As well as Seneko rooting in. They have no stuns.
And he's
missed out on the coil?
Oh, that would have been...
That's an easy kill if he gets it.
That's a very easy kill. Dendi just going to walk away and say, all right, cool. Sometimes you get those freebies. You just... You don't ask questions. Yeah, you just take them.
You just take those free wins.
Yeah.
Chessie,
everybody gets
on
one.
him, slowing him down.
He's alone.
2 seconds stun onto the Hellbear, but he still has the root coming in from the Oracle. A little bit of extra damage. Healed up, but it's not enough to outdo the Burning Spear.
Thought that he would at least attempt to stick there. That would have been an extra 60 health.
Especially since he had the Oracle heal going on.
He's making the move.
Oh no, he doesn't have the fly anymore. They do have Z-Freak coming in, but no stuns, obviously, in this hero. Gets the Sprout, but it's outside of the range of tower. Z-Freak is going to have to run into the trees and not get juked down here.
Here you go.
And he's too fast.
Your big movement.
He's too fast.
Oh, meanwhile, Dendi gets a solo kill?
Oh, damn. A blunder from Limp failing to kill Dendi turns things even more sour.
The confusing part about that, too, is that Limp had a DD, so I thought, if anything, we were going to miss a Limp kill on a Dendi, but...
Crystallize, slow down.
So a rebuttal kill that was sorely needed for complexity. At the same time, things still in their favor.
See, this is the thing. Like, Furion would always do well against Clockwork, right? He's got both Treants, and he can sprout himself out of cogs.
Yeah.
And it looks like a Winter Wyvern rotating bottom. They're going to leave the Furion up here for a little while. Why didn't they do this from the beginning?
I think they really like the aggro try.
Yeah.
They're a really big fan of this. It was going so successfully, even if the other 2 lanes are just whatever.
Oh no, we didn't push him out of the cogs. Z-Freak. He pops a Fairy Fire just to get that little bit extra heal, and it might just save them.
There's no way.
General
You've got a juke
He's
for
got
your
a hook
life right
shot,
now.
and
Oh.
he's got a range, apparently, to be able to get that melee attack.
Meanwhile, at bottom, they've
Bottom
committed
lane.
a lot for this, and they're going to get the creep. Maybe? Okay, they do.
With the Winter Wyvern here, and now Puck actually coming in as well.
They're trying to
They have
protect
to
the
give up this
catapult.
tower.
They don't want their Enchantress to just steal the catapult and stop this push.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And this is a pretty big push for them. Get the tier 1. Force the Huskar out, because where is Huskar supposed to go? It's going to be top, but he's not going to be too happy about being forced up here either. As his net worth...
Mid lane.
Oh,
Attempts
gonna
here,
dodge.
phase shift. Dodging the LSA, and we'll be able to jump to the orb just fine.
Very good stun by kyle. Saving Limp as...
Top lane, we're going to
up
go
at
for a
top.
dive here, but Moose here, as well as Z-Freak. So General wrapped himself behind, thought he was going to be able to go for a hookshot kill. Instead, has to go for a TP out.
No, sir. That deals a lot of damage to him,
Whoa,
by the
did
way.
I just see that right? He's going an armlet? Like,
What?
No, I'm crazy. That's someone else.
You're crazy, man. Nobody has Armlight, right?
I mean, sure, the Chaos Knight is built on one, right?
Yeah, but he doesn't have it completed. He opted to go for Treads first, or at least the Belt of Giant Strength.
Yeah.
He has all 4 tangos, by the way. At
He
bottom,
didn't
General.
keep those 4 tangos, right?
I don't think so. I feel like
That's
that
a
was a
fresh
fresh
set.
purchase. Yeah. That would have been weird if he...
Yeah.
Oh.
Hook shot in with Crystallize nearby if they can actually lock down Chessie.
This is an arcane
Oh,
mode.
he
As
actually
uses
tries to
that?
use the reality wrap to jump farther away. 1 second stop, but here comes Crystallize inside the cogs though. This doesn't look good at all. Kyle's going to be able to get the Fisher onto both, and Chessie is surviving. The Burning Spear's just not going to be enough.
no way.
Even that
Oh, he's
little bit of
gonna
extra
do
for the
it.
rocket. Oh, he is. The Burning Spear will finish him off. Still a 2-for-1. Space for Dendi though to push in against that mid tower again.
Yes. That tango did not save him. Oh, that would have been so clutch if it did. As Dendi, like you said, shoving in this mid lane, and this is exactly what Lina does. When you rotate out of your lane, he's going to pressure it because he can just spam out the lane. He's got a lot of attack speed. That's what made her so popular in the first place. Kind of coming back a little bit as Limp.
Top lane, free Oracle kills. Chessie makes his way from that bottom lane. After he died, goes up the top. They've already taken that tower. Time to put the pressure on top, it seems.
Yeah. And net worth lead in favor of complexity, but a lot of this comes from the fact that both supports on the side of Na'Vi are just so poor. But you don't really need that much
Wrap
farm on
around.
Oracle.
General goes in with a hook shot onto Chessie. Chessie's going to pop the Phantasm. Doesn't actually get that extra illusion,
he's
which
just
he
gonna
sorely
fight.
needs. But the Sprout is going to be able to separate the two. But here comes Roger. If he can actually slow down Chessie enough for the Centaur to get there, maybe they can still get this kill. The Fear and Ult doing a lot of damage there. They managed to get the root follow-up Centaur stun. General should be able to get the extra damage. But finish him off. Helpless Seneko secures the kill.
Oh, even get a Sanaya on the creep. And they're chasing for this. Limp is up here too. He's got a regen rune, but Roger pops the heal. Dendi also showing up to help his friends. As this should just be a 1-for-0 as General going in pretty deep, but coiled up, looks just fine.
Really good zoning cogs here. Kyle would need a brilliant Fisher to block General in, and Dendi there's no way they take that fight.
Yeah, not at all. And that's another kill on Chessie, who is only level 6 right now. The Huskar suffering kind of the same fate though, as he's been pretty close to his armlet, but just completes it right now. Armlet timing is alright, not the best. Considering his laning phase, it's actually pretty decent.
Crystallize, not able to get close enough to move, make that dive. Move's making it kind of appealing now they get the hook shot in. They're going to dive in deep into the tower in
Here's
order to
the fly.
try and get this kill, but they're not going to be able to get it. Flies over the cogs now. Underneath the tower, looks like they'll still be able to get away. Dendi's going to drop real low from that last little nuke, and they are going to be able to catch him with the Reality Rift. Pull back the Clockwork. And top lane getting pushed in by the Furion at the same time, so big win for complexity there in the mid lane.
And this is, I guess, the benefit of the support Nature's Prophet, is that he doesn't have to be at these fights. His team is going to win the fights for him, and he's going to pressure the other side of the map as well. And complexity, they do have the type of lineup that can fight 4-on-5 for quite some time.
Yeah.
But they're going to grab this mid tower, very important for them. We always talk about the importance of grabbing the first 2 towers in the game, the mid one and the enemy safe lane, just so that you can place wards in the enemy jungle and make them farm a little bit more unsafe.
6-6, 12 minutes in. A 3,000 gold lead for Complexity. But the shining hope is Dendy, who's sitting top of net worth at 5K. He's going to have to do a lot of heavy lifting since our Huskar has been MIA for quite some time. Shut down too much in the laning phase. Had to recover a lot of farm in his jungle.
He's still Huskar, though. He'll deal a lot of damage. He'll be very annoying. He'll do Huskar things as curious enough boots of travel picked up on Puck. And I like this decision. The reason why he's going for this cap is he wants to prevent that kind of lean-up playstyle that Dendy had in the past, where he could just split push and up at top, Clockwork Hook goes in, Nature's Prophet likely
can get that Sprout this time around. Does manage to push General out of the cogs, tries to go for the TP out, and the Treants are taking up all those shots.
That
little lucky,
close.
Little not.
There was a lot of Treants there, but meanwhile, an even more important target as Roshan being taken, but Complexity, they immediately know, and this is a big one. Roshan's at about half HP, but Crystallize is getting low. They do have the Oracle ulti. Now the question is, Na'Vi, do you contend for this? General on the high ground here, doesn't have that hookshot quite yet, but does pop the Shrine.
Man, they're really going to try. Bottom lane's being pushed in by Moo, the Winter Wyvern.
And Moo should TP for this right now.
Yeah, as they start going into the pit, they're going to block him out from this path, but they don't have their full 5 just yet. In fact, they only have 3 members here. Limp is immediately getting blown up by the Laguna Blade. It seems like Complexity were just not ready to fight. Moo's here now, though, but a save. Good Echo Slam. There goes the ultimate out from the Winter Wyvern, trying to finish off Crystallize underneath that one, but he gets extra heal out of that Q, so he's going to be able to live through that one. Finishes off the Furion. Moo doesn't have anything left in the tank, so he's also going to be chased away, potentially dying here as Roger has the damage, maybe able to finish him off, but Moo gets the trees, managed to fly over. He turns around, gets a little damage out. He's challenging Seneko with the Treants there. They will manage to get 1 counter kill, 2 actually, 2 for 3 so far. Oh, there's the extra one. They get the Dendy as well.
Moo just doing this fight so well right now. The Puck's TPing in too.
He's going to be able to complete that boots and travel TP. Finish off Roger. What was a 2 for 3 is now a 3 for 4 to the favor of Complexity.
Still, Roshan's going to be the huge target here as Moo.
I mean,
so well done.
I don't think they have anything.
Dendy's dead for 25, does have the buyback if he wants to commit this General. He's got the hook shot. This is going to be the point of concern right now for Complexity. If he can steal this, and he's going to go for it. In he goes.
Oh, Aegis is out. Who's going to pick it up? It's on the ground. Somebody pick it up. He gets it.
Oh my.
General grabs the Aegis. He's going to die here, and he'll probably die again.
Nobody could get an item on the ground as Complexity. They're going to pick up the kill, but still, maybe not.
Block 1 second. Limp going to have to throw out the coil just to make sure they do manage to get that kill, but the damage is done.
The timing on that was so perfect by General. A very worthwhile death as he manages to snatch that Aegis. That would have been a huge one for Complexity, as I don't know if Na'Vi have the firepower to take down that CK twice. But that question doesn't have to be answered, as that snatch, it took a really long time.
Yeah, I did.
They all had items. Nobody picked it up.
You'd think it would be a lot faster since you have backpack now, too.
Yeah, that was weird, just because both teams weren't able to do it. That threw me off a little bit, but...
It probably just heroes were in the way. Couldn't right-click.
Yes, as Chaos Knight still in a very good position. Na'Vi really needed to win that Roche fight. Moo saving that for his team, making it very difficult for Na'Vi to just go back in.
So why the medallion? Is everyone just loving medallion right now on the
cool
Nature's Prophet? Yeah. What about the blade mail build that we used to see from 4 position Nature's Prophet?
It's all right, but not Roger up at top. He's going to get gone on. Do they have the damage
There
for
are
this?
A lot of units there.
Now
we see it. Roger's dead. Probably.
Yeah, okay, there we go. It's always a question just because...
Enchantress is so...
Yeah. It's really awkward, but they're going to grab the tier 1 on top of this, and Na'Vi... I mean, that looks so good for a second. That fight around the Roche pit.
Yeah.
Then Complexity, that boots of travel decision by Limp. Very intelligent.
And the fact that that Treant survived on like 10 HP.
Yes.
To allow the TP to complete. That's got to feel bad for Na'Vi.
Yeah, if they had the heroes, and if Dendy doesn't get stunned there, because Kyle is such a low level, he just respawned, came back in.
Yep.
That's what makes those Roshan fights so dangerous. A lot of damage being done at top. And this game, though, Cap, you notice there's no Dendy pushing out the side lanes. It's a completely different game.
Yeah.
He feels like he has to come to the fights. That bottom wave was being shoved in as well.
Play with his team a lot more.
Yeah. So this last game, or the first game, it cost Complexity a lot to make this maneuver. When they shoved in this top wave, Dendy was just farming the entire time, pushing in mid. But this time around, Complexity, much better late game, much better pickoff. Dendy doesn't feel like he has that kind of room to be able to do that. Instead, decides to come to the top fight, push it out himself.
Kyle's going to start working on his Blink Dagger. His brother's helping him out right now, helping him clear through some neutrals. Or maybe not.
I think it's the other way around.
I think it's the other way around indeed. Seafreak is apparently wanting that Solar Crest over the Blink Dagger.
Very good item against the Huskar.
Yeah.
Huskar, when is he ever going to build a MKB? It's just not really going to happen. Dendy at some point might build a Bloodthorn, but unlikely overall. Same with the Enchantress. You're going to negate most of this physical damage. It's going to be very good for you. Probably the best item that you can get in terms of financial value.
Yeah. So what do we do? Na'Vi are clearly in the hole by 7,000 gold. They're losing out on map control as well. You've already said this is not a great Huskar game. You said they start losing, they're going to lose a Huskar game. Well, they're losing the Huskar game. So what do we do to turn things around?
Hookshot flies in at bottom, doesn't land. Limp just getting out. I'm not sure because now the tables have turned. Complexity, they have better team fight, and they've got the better split push. Because how do you kill Limp? You're going to have to perfectly coordinate this. I think the best way to do it is Clockwork has to cogs him on the way out of the phase shift and try to catch him that way. But it's going to be pretty difficult to be able to grab him. And that's why we see him at the top of the net worth chart, because he can play this kind of style. Whereas in the Razor game, he was relegated to just showing up to fights and hoping that they went okay. And Crystallize dipping way below a net worth. 5th in this game, even behind this Moo Winter Wyvern, who doesn't have that much farm.
Seneko is behind Crystallize, but Limpet's going to find him first. They know exactly how this Huskar Oracle is meant to be played. And Seneko
Crystallize
doesn't even get the ultimate off on himself. Crystallize turns, tries to kill Z-Freak.
That's a Solar Crested Nature's Prophet. He's not worried at all. He actually didn't take any of those hits.
What happened? No, I mean, he was taking damage.
Yeah, but he only got hit from the ulti. The Fire Spirits didn't land. Oh, and the Clockwork Cogs barely miss. Solar Crest,
Wait,
man.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Did he just not
Crest.
have Burning Spears on?
I think he... Maybe he did, but
I mean,
he has a
I
Solar
looked at
Crest.
him, it felt like he was taking right-click damage.
Dude, he's got a Solar Crest. Actually,
He's not
I'm almost certain that he
invulnerable.
didn't have the Burning Spears on, because he didn't have any of the charges.
Not having the, I watched his HP tick, tick, tick. That's not how the ultimate works.
Maybe he was silenced, man. I don't know.
Maybe. Didn't they use the silence on Seneko? I don't know.
They hired me as your replacement, not to analyze or anything like that. At top,
Crystallize going to try and catch Z-Freak. Round 2, Burning Spears is on. Z-Freak is taking damage from that one. He will die as a result.
Damn, you were right, man.
Woo. I was right on what? Burning Spears not being on or the ultimate not working that way?
I mean, I knew it wasn't on because...
Are you sure you're replacing me or am I replacing you?
Questions. But Dendy doesn't actually get the last hit. That's going to go to Seneko, who doesn't really need the gold. That's the weird part, is that Oracle doesn't really need gold in a game like this, but he's going to last hit by virtue of Oracle.
I feel like it's kind of the downside in the hero in a way, that you take so much gold for yourself, but you don't need it.
Well, in some games you have a really good start. You can get some items like Glimmer Cape or Force Staff as they make the jump in.
Phantasm, this is the turnaround.
You are not
Jesse,
fighting
this is why we like the Chaos Sniper
Seneko doesn't... He can't get his false promise off.
Can't get anything off.
Just dies, and Chessie, that's a huge kill for them.
They're getting Dendy as well? Oh no, he TP'd out.
He's good.
Close call.
He's going to get a Shadow Blade and try to play the same game as he did in Game 1 and in Game 2. But the circumstances are wildly different, mainly because your Clockwork has a really hard time contesting any of these cores, and he has fallen so far behind in farm.
Yeah.
As a measuring stick, he's got 3,600 net worth, which is barely behind the Enchantress.
He won his lane.
He did. He did win his lane, but Clockwork without kills, what are you supposed to do?
Yep. This hero falls off so quickly.
Yeah, and
as
Kyle,
a core especially.
He's going to get his Blink Dagger a full 12 minutes faster.
A round of applause.
Much better Urshiga game overall as pause is called.
I mean, it helps when you're 14,000 net worth ahead as a team. Some of that is going to trickle down to Kyle.
And Na'Vi, I mean, right now things are not looking good. Things are pretty rough for
Kyle,
Na'Vi.
man. He's still going a mile a minute.
Yeah, he's
Happy,
laying out the
though.
game plan. He's like, I've got Blink Dagger, guys. Let's play around this. They can't beat us in fights. And Na'Vi, from the looks of it, hasn't really said anything to each other, and not a lot has to be said. They're losing a Huskar game in the mid game. Things are pretty rough right now. They've got to get some good pickoffs But I'm not sure how that happens as they're going to go for Moo
try
up
for
the top.
the Cox push back here. Moo is going to be caught by the LSA, so he is going to go down here.
Nice.
Good pick for Na'Vi.
They needed that.
Yeah.
Oh, they needed that so bad. And Moo immediately apologizes. He's like, guys, I really shouldn't have died. I've got 4 staff against clock.
Yeah.
And I've got the ability to fly.
That'll get him closer to the blade mail for general.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how much of a difference that really makes.
I don't think it makes that big of a difference at all.
Well, the Blink Dagger, huge pickup.
Yeah. His inability to really set up kills. I mean, the top one was the first one in a while, but the CK just turns around and fights him. So I guess in that case, it's going to be pretty helpful. But the Puck, not a whole lot doing.
What's the is he going the Midas, Aghanims, etc. build on Winter Wyvern? I haven't seen the hero clicked on.
I don't know. He's got Hurricane Pike now.
Oh yeah, he got. Oh yeah, the Hurricane Pike.
Okay, up at top, coil's going to connect on Dendi. Sentry laid out 2. Bloodstone Suicides, correct thing to do. Seneko, not going to be so fortunate though. And now General, Chessie, smoke breaks, doesn't know. They're going to make this push up at top, and Crystallize just farming neutrals, trying to get whatever farm he can get. As Limp now finds him, he's got a DD rune. General trying to light it up.
Jump to the orb. They do have Z-Freak TPing in with that Lotus Orb. He does so much damage with the double damage as well. Chessie here to help clean things up and complexity. I mean, I think these are all just like minor things that kind of help them out right now. They're happy with these kills.
Minor,
but
dude, I just looked at the gold lead. Didn't even notice it's 14,000 at 23 minutes.
But ultimately, right, it's like, unless they get an insane team fighter pickoff, they're waiting for Roshan.
Yes, you gotta wait for the next Roshan. What? Your Huskar can't do anything. The pickoffs aren't easy, even with the Shadow Blade. Complexity is very prepared for this. They've got a bunch of sentries in their own jungle. They're waiting for Dendi to make these aggressive moves. They've already caught him off once. Dendi is kind of the answer to this Puck, because from Shadow Blade you can just burst him down.
Dendi.
Yeah, he's gonna get hit by that.
Trying to hunt. Not gonna find anything though.
And they're all up here right now. They're really desperate for a fight. Limp though, he's got Boots of Travel on cooldown, so this might sort of be an opportunity. But if they don't deal with bottom, then Complexity is gonna know that everyone's up at top right now. So this is the upside of this Puck with Boots of Travel, is that he can play this kind of style. Watch bottom right now. If nobody goes there in like 2 seconds, Limp's gonna say, guys, nobody's up there.
But maybe Dendi's initiation is too fast. There goes the Hurricane Pike pushing Dendi back before he can get the LSA. The Echo Slam too.
That is a fast
they managed to get that kill. Now the 2 seconds done onto the Huskar, almost bringing him down immediately. But they managed to get the ultimate out from Seneko. But a stalling ultimate from the Winter Wyvern completely stops that one. Crystallize is still going to die in the trees, it looks like. And it looks like Roger may die as well. Limp, meanwhile, throws out the coil.
Limp didn't even bother showing. He's that confident that his team is so far ahead right now. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Once Dendi gets echoed, all that damage is gone because the Huskar is just so far behind in this game. He's got 6,500 net worth. Now he's fallen behind the 4-position Nature's Prophet, who's building a Silver Edge to counter the Huskar right now. They're just pushing in, not even waiting for Roshan.
Chessie, all right, jumping right on to General. We'll get that quick and easy kill. Seneko unable to disarm him fast enough, and it looks like Dendi's going to get pulled back in as well. He's dead. He does have a buyback, but I mean, Na'Vi at this point, even if you do buy back, you have to wonder how they're possibly going to make the comeback. Or even just be able to stall this game at all, as Complexity look more than strong enough to be able to take this tier 3.
Yeah, their cores are so strong right now. Chessie fears nothing. Limp knows that he can't die. They're going to shove this in, probably just back out, reset the game, force Na'Vi to make sure that their lanes are right. They've got a lot of objectives that they can go for. They can claim this Shrine. They can go for this Roshan. They're going to say, Na'Vi, come fight us. See what you can do. End the game for us.
Shadowblade, potential Silver Edge pickup for our Furion against the Huskar, or do you care that much?
Yeah. It's a pretty good item. I mean, what else are you going to get? You're not really progressing too far ahead, so you need these items that just lead into something else. Like these mini items. The Shadowblade's going to be very effective, especially since Na'Vi, the vision gain's going to suffer a little as they're going to run into coL here.
Okay, that's a great hero to run into with the clockwork, but he does have the Force Staff to be able to get some distance away, and now the Chaos Staff just blows up Seneko. No saving grace here. Now Roger's going to be caught inside the Sprout. No way out of that one either, while Limp goes ahead, chases down the clockwork, gets a dagging on him. Oh, they actually going to turn on the Limp, but it looks like that is enough to be able to finish him off. The Fisher just not there in time. Finally, another hit comes in from Chessie, and it's a big crit, and to get that kill, but Dendi's caught by Moo managed to throw out that Winter's Curse.
And Crystallize, he's going to get chased down too.
Oh no, Chessie has the Blink Dagger advantage and the movement speed. They just need to be able to get the stun, stop the TP just
barely
in
gets
time.
it.
You heard the completion of the TP there.
Even laying down the Echo.
Sure, why not?
He's like, guys, this is the stamp.
Yep.
Such a disciplined game from Complexity. Really well played as Z-Pre.
Be right back.
Crystallize buys back, but you don't have Dendi for a little bit. They don't even bother going for the top racks. They are so confident in this game right now. They can do whatever they want. They've claimed the shrine. There's still a bottom shrine that they can go for, and a Roshan. Time and time again, it's been proven that they cannot take a fight outside of their base.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
Maelstrom now complete for the Winter Wyvern. A heart, very close to being picked up by our Chaos Knight. I usually feel like heart is where the Chaos Knight enters like late game territory.
Yeah, that's when you know that you're strong.
Yeah.
And the fans trying to start a Navi chant.
Reinvigorate Navi's hopes for this game 3.
Damn, you guys are going to be sad in like a minute.
The clap, the frenzy builds faster and faster as Navi approach their doom.
24K lead at 27 minutes.
Navi.
You need to chant a lot harder than that as Navi, they're smoked up. Roshan's going to be the name of the game. They know that this is the last objective that they can possibly fight around.
And Lim's keeping tabs on it. He threw the orb.
And Navi, they might try to sneak it, but Complexity also realized this is the last objective in the game that they go for.
Running in. Treant's going to spot him. Oh no, Navi, what are you going to do? You're stuck inside the pit against a Winter's Curse. 2 heroes hitting onto Dendi. Fortunately, there's not much damage there.
Snake's
going to try and
up.
stop Kyle from being able to get the initiation. Snake barely gets off the ultimate, but Crystallize is still in big trouble. Chessie's already on top of him. Kyle lays an enchant totem on top of him as well. They turn to Roger. Crystallize is still going to be able to full up HP, but GG is called before the fight even ends. They know
it.
They could see where this one was going.
An absolute stomp. 28 minutes.
Complexity dropping 1 game in their run through this group. They are now top 4 guaranteed for their Star Ladder Minor. They don't play until Sunday, and they are looking damn fine.
Dude, Complexity just topped the group